Hey, what's going on, fam? It's that man, Taj Jacobs, and I'm back at you once again with another video. So, listen, fam, in this video, I want to respond to all of the drama that's been going on between the brothers Abba and Preach versus Fresh and Fit. Now, for those of you who don't know who either one of those are, they are huge YouTube stars. Abba and Preach, they talk about a lot of issues around the world. They take people's content and then they'll play it in their videos and then they'll comment on it, give their 2 cents. I think they have about 1.4 million subscribers, and Fresh and Fit, they are more like podcasters. Fresh meaning one guy who talks more about style and clothes, and Fit talks more about health and fitness, right? So, there's been this whole debacle going on between these two, to where as though, I think Abba and Preach were on Fresh and Fit's podcast. Fresh and Fit, they're the younger of the four, um, or younger of the two groups, I should say, who are um, up and coming stars. They've grown really rapidly within the last 3 months, maybe even a little less than that. And they've had this issue going on because Abba and Preach went on Fresh and Fit's podcast and they were having dialogue there. Then some months later, Abba and Preach decided to create a video about Fresh and Fit, basically critiquing their viewpoints, and then it started to go back and forth from there, and which is resulting in Fresh and Fit losing a lot of their credibility and a lot of their subscribers. So it's a whole interesting debacle. Um, but what I want to bring you here is three things that I'm learning. Three things specifically that I'm learning from this whole back and forth situation, because there's a lot of things that I haven't really heard people talk about, and some things I have heard people talk about. So, without further ado, we're gonna get into it. So, the first thing that I've learned about this situation is mixing business with pleasure is a bad idea. All right. Now, why do I say that? Um, so, Fresh and Fit, as a result of this whole back and forth, Fresh and Fit now have uh, a few women, or maybe more, coming out saying that they've used their platform to try to have sex with these models that they have on their shows. And I think it's pretty interesting, and I don't really understand why people like to pile on to people's downfall. It's like, when one person comes out, then the next person comes out. It's like a domino effect. It's pretty weird. But this is what's happening, and so basically what's happening is there was a woman who came out and she said that she didn't do their show because basically um, one of the guys on the Fresh and Fit podcast, they wanted the girl to have sex with them if she came on the show, and they were basically DMing the girl back and forth on Instagram, I believe. And so basically they were using their platform to bring women onto their platform, which they still do. They still are bringing women onto their platform, and they bring a lot of women. I've watched one of their shows, and they've had as much as 12 women in the studio. um, and a lot of them are Instagram models. Some of them are OnlyFans models. So a lot of them are very attractive women. So you know, a lot of these women are coming out and they're bringing out all these screenshots of DMs, exposing these guys. And I think it is a detriment to their business what's happening, because not only are these women exposing them, but you have a ton of people talking about these guys, including myself now. A ton of people talking about these guys in a derogatory way, to the point where it's lowering their credibility. People are exposing them, and they're also leaving a paper trail. From what I understand, they're leaving a paper trail of mess when they're DMing these women. So as you and I know, these DMs don't go away. Most things you put on the internet don't go away. So people can basically have a file on you and expose you, and that's exactly what happened. A few girls are not only showing DMs and receipts, they are also coming out with videos on their platforms talking about how these guys are basically no good. So mixing business with pleasure, basically using your business to try to get girls, is turning out to be a bad idea. That's why the saying, never mix business with pleasure. So that's the first thing I talk about. The second thing I noticed about this whole thing is staying cool, calm, and collected while bringing facts is always the move. It's always the move, right? So look, uh, I've been preach. They approached the situation basically like a couple of gangsters, right? And they stayed very poised. They stayed cool. They stayed calm. They were presenting a lot of facts. So what these guys, um, and what these guys were doing, they made a video critiquing their own views on the Fresh and Fit show, and then they were commenting about Fresh and Fit's, they're basically their ideas and their mindset. I don't think they were attacking Fresh and Fit personally, but when Abba and Preach came initially, they were attacking ideas. Then Fresh and Fit, they responded. They responded in a very hyper and a very aggressive way, which basically led to them looking like fools. And then they, in the mix of it, they were insulting Preacher's wife, and they insulted his native people in the mix, right? And feelings can get involved. Then they made it very personal now, and this also led to um, one of the guys on the Fresh and Fit podcast to record himself purchasing a gun in the mix of it, which is kind of a bit strange, considering the fact that one of the guys on the Fresh and Fit podcast challenged um, I've been preached to a boxing match, and then it's like they found out that Preach was really a professional boxer, and then after they found that out, then one of the guys went and got a gun, which is kind of made this saga even more drama filled. And so being hyper aggressive versus being poised, smooth, and assertive, I think I'll choose the latter any day. Because real gangsters move in silence like lasagna, as they say. Shout out to Lil Wayne. So yeah. And listen, the third thing that I've learned in this whole debacle, never underestimate the power of the elders, right? So listen, Fresh and Fit, they're basically, their whole argument was going on the merits of them having grown their platform into a huge audience over a small amount of time, while talking down on Abba and Preach for being on the platform of YouTube for years. And yeah, they have more followers, but it's like Fresh and Fit, they grew their following to like 400 and almost 450,000 in a short time, while Abba and Preach grew their following to like 1.3 million over years. So that was Fresh and Fit's argument. They came out with these stats. But at the same time, Fresh and Fit had way more views than Abba and Preach, which is kind of interesting. So so that's basically what Fresh and Fit led with. They led with their views, and Abba and Preach they were leading with ideas. So it's like Fresh and Fit they were attacking Abba and Preach personally. Abba and Preach was attacking Fresh and Fit's ideas. It's totally different. And Abba and Preach they are the older of the two. I think they're in their late 30s, maybe 40. Um, they've been around for a while Fresh and Fit they're in their 20s, they're young. And this whole thing, um, that Abba and Preach when they came out, they basically came with the better viewpoint. They kind of exposed Fresh and Fit for being frauds in a way, because Fresh and Fit they were talking a lot about having game to get women and not spending money to get women and such, but it turns out that that really wasn't the life that they were living. I think one of the guys supposedly, allegedly, had a page that was connected with being a sugar daddy, and then they were also using their platforms to lure women to their studio to have relations with them, things like that. And all of this, after this exposure, it hasn't even been a week, or maybe it's been a week. It's resulted in Fresh and Fit's follower count going from 450,000 to less than 390,000. So in less than a week, these guys have lost over 50,000 followers, which is tough. And to you that might be like, oh, they still got a bunch of followers. Yeah, but how many people have lost 50,000 followers in several days? I've never heard of that ever. So maybe they can bounce back. I don't know. I guess we'll see if these guys can stand the test of time. But from what I understand, you should never underestimate the power of the old heads. Because they have more wisdom, and they stand on a different type of merit, a different type of integrity than a lot of these new cats out here. Because a lot of these new cats, they rise to fame really fast, and they think they're invincible. They think they can't be touched. They think they're better than everybody, which is exactly what's been happening, exactly what's been going on. And it's like Abba and Preach, they built their platform off of substance, while Fresh and Fit built their platform off of, it seems to be, lies and drama. So and as soon as the drama got reversed, people turned on these guys. So it just goes to show you that people aren't always there for you. A lot of times they're there for the drama. You feel me? So yeah, fam, that's about it. That's what's going on in these YouTube streets. Hey, if you like this video, hit the like and subscribe button. And just remember that being prepared eliminates fear, and being aware makes everything clear. It's that man, Taj Jacobs, and I'm out of here. Peace.
Hey, if you like this content, what I want you to do is go ahead and click the subscribe button below. Make sure you hit the like button so that we can activate this channel and grow it to the fullest capacity. Also, share it with your friends and family if you think that I provided a lot of value here for you. All right, I appreciate you for tuning in. I'll see you next time. Peace.